Right, in this video today, I want to talk about success. Now, as someone who has achieved success over the past few years, depending on how you define that, monetary wise, I'm 22 years old, I make over 5 figures a month, and I have done for the past year and a half pretty consistently. Now, you might think, oh, okay, well, like, how do you do that? How has that happened? I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I want to focus more on mindset and really what it takes to actually achieve results like this, and whether you actually want to, because the truth is it's hard. The truth that a lot of people won't tell you in this sort of online world where people are flashing Rolexes, cars, traveling like I am right now, the truth is people won't tell you the truth. And the truth is it fucking sucks, right? It's not easy. You have to work. You have to work on weekends. You have to work long hours. And that first part, just when you begin, is tricky. Because likelihood is you've taken a big risk. Now, if I think about myself, I took a big risk. I invested into a mentor. I didn't really have any money. I had no backup plan, no plan B. And it was scary. I remember when I invested 3K, it was, into my first mentor. Well, actually, second mentor, but that's another story. First proper mentor. And I was shitting myself. Half of my brain was saying, ask for a refund, quit, get your money back, or don't even invest your money in the first place. And the other half was going, this is what you need to do. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. Now, I'm very, very glad that I listened to that second half, because it's true. This is what it takes. In order to succeed at anything, you have to go through a phase where things aren't going your way, where you're either spending a lot of money and not making much back in a business sense, where you're trying and you're trying and you're trying and you're not getting any results for the effort that you're putting in, where everyone around you is telling you that it's not going to work, that it's a bad idea, right? That happened to me. That's happened to a lot of people that I know as well. But the only way, that's it. That's the kind of stuff you have to deal with if you want to go down this path of trying to do something different to other people. And by default, when you're different, when you do things differently, you get different results. And that's something I used to drill into my brain, is that this is what it takes. In order to get a different result to other people, you have to do things differently. You have to step out your comfort zone. You have to do things that seem stupid, that a lot of people don't agree with. But that is part of it. Because if you do what everyone agrees with, if you stay on the average, well, guess what? You're going to get average results. And that's okay for a lot of people. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people who work normal jobs, live normal lives, and are very, very happy with that. And fair play to them. That's great. And I'm happy for them. But if you are one of these people who wants more from their life, they want to be able to travel, live in places like this, like Montenegro, make more money, have, quote unquote success monetary wise, then you're going to have to do things that other people aren't willing to do. And remind yourself of that as you're going through this journey, as you're going through the first few months where things aren't going well and you're having the ups and the downs, and you're not making the money you want to make, which will happen. I promise you it will happen. I've seen it with myself. I've seen it with people that I've worked with students. I've seen it with people that I've managed in sales teams. You'll have your ups and downs. They will come. But if you have the bulletproof mindset of good, bad things are happening, good. This is part of the journey. This is the up. This is the down that's going to get me to an up. Because that will happen. As I said, you need the ebbs and the flows. You need the bad bits. You need rain. There's no sun without rain, and it's true, right? You need those downs. You need to push through it. And one of the big factors that separates people who do well with people who don't, and I've seen this so much recently over the past few years, and I see it with myself, is the ability to sit in discomfort. The ability where things aren't going your way, where you're not making the money you want to make, where you feel like you're not getting better at the skill that you're trying to do better at, where the business isn't doing well, and you're putting in all the inputs, you're putting in all the work, and it's just not clicking. Something's just not working. Remind yourself that this is what hard feels like. Alex Hormozi, one of the most famous business people on the planet right now, he talks about it a lot. This is what hard feels like. Did you expect this to be easy? Did you think this was going to be easy? This is it. This is the journey. This is what you have to go through. This is normal. And the more you embrace that and you go, yeah, shit, this is the journey. This is it. This is what it's about. You know, I have to go through this. I'm not just going to suddenly make 10k a month in my first month learning sales, or I'm not suddenly going to have a business that is worth $3 million. That's not how it works. You have to go through the ebbs and flows where things aren't going well. And that's the truth. And that's the truth a lot of people won't tell you, is that it will suck. There will be moments where you'll want to quit. But again, the big difference between the guys who do extremely well and the guys who get the results they want and the guys who don't is those guys keep pushing. The only way out is through. The only way to achieve these goals is to push through the shit to begin with. And once you push through it, everything comes at once. Trust me, everything comes at once. You'll see nothing, you'll see nothing, you'll see nothing. Bang! Everything. Everything. I can give multiple examples. I can give hundreds of examples. Speak to any successful person in any realm, and it's the exact same. It's that nothing, 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 boom, everything at once. And you just have to stay in the game long enough for your boom. And it sounds cheesy, it sounds cliche, but the longer you can stay in the game, the better. You know, a figure who's a bit controversial, so I'm not going to say his name, but he talks a lot about it. He thinks of it as a road. Think of yourself on a motorway, right? And there's lots of exits on this motorway. All the time there's exits. And this is the road to success, right? And there's so many exits where people can take the exit and quit at whatever they're doing. Now you've got to imagine yourself, you're driving, and you have all these exits, the easy way out. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's a scam. Yeah, it's not for me. You know, those are all your exits that you can easily take. And trust me, they are easy. It's a lot easier to quit. But if you keep going on that road, more and more people are quitting, then it's just you, and there's 1% of people who are still going. And you keep going on that road, and you will get to that success. You may not be able to see it. It may be round the corner, but it is there. And as long as you stay on the road, you will see it. You'll get to your destination. But the hard bit is you don't know when. You don't know when it's going to come. You have all these tempting exits telling you to quit, telling you shouldn't do it. People in your ear, oh, I knew it wouldn't work. Oh, that was such a waste of money investing in that. Oh, and that is playing in your ears, and it is meant to do that. That's like the devil in your ears telling you to quit. But if you just keep going and you don't quit, and it sounds so like trivial, and I know it sounds like such obvious advice, but it's so true, and it's the most important thing. If you just keep pushing and you don't go off that road, eventually you will get the result. Eventually you will get to that destination, whatever that is to you. So yeah, the point of this video is that it's meant to be hard. This is the truth. This is what it takes. This is what it takes to succeed. So if you're going through a shit phase right now, and trust me, I've been there. I've been through my fair share of fucking shit phases. Trust me. I had 1 month where all my friends left my hometown to go to university. I was living at home with my parents. I was making less than $1,000 a month. My girlfriend just dumped me. Things were going terribly. But in that moment, you have to remind yourself, this is what hard feels like. This is what you have to sacrifice to get to the goal that you want to get to. So keep enduring, keep pushing, keep going, and don't quit. And just keep putting the inputs in every day without the results. And it's going to be hard. But as soon as you accept in your head, this is what it takes. This is just me on my journey. You know, as soon as you accept that and you just keep pushing regardless, that is when you will eventually get to your goal. So yeah, hopefully that was a good video. It's just been on my mind all morning. And yeah, people will sell you the dream. They'll tell you that it's easy. They'll tell you that it's going to happen overnight. And why do they do that? Because they want you to buy their program. They want you to join their course. You know, they want your money, right? And look, transparently, I'm someone who sells an online program. But I am telling you now, if you want to work with me, I'm never going to make out that it's easy. You're not just changing your bank account. You're changing your identity as a person. You're changing who you are. And that person who can fight through when things aren't going your way, that is going to be the guy who succeeds. That's going to be the guy who makes the money he wants to make. So keep pushing and remind yourself this is what it takes to succeed at anything. And it's okay that things suck right now. All right, hopefully that was useful. See you in the next one.